He scored the most goals in the Champions League over the past 4 years, 35. He also provided the most assists, 15. He leads in the number of key passes, is by far the best at dribbling, and has the most actions in the opponent's penalty area. The new king of Santiago Bernabeu is Vinicius Junior. In this video, we will analyze all the goals in the match between Real Madrid and Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League and rate the Madrid players for their performance, who played the worst, and who is the MVP of this match. And perhaps the best player will turn out to be someone other than Vinicius Junior. Watch this video until the end and like it now so you won't be distracted later. Carlo Ancelotti's team lost the first half 0-2, but after the break, they scored 5 goals. I don't understand why you were surprised. I have seen similar performances from Madrid in both the first and second halves before. The same results and impressive comebacks. I'm surprised that you were surprised, but we were indeed somewhat taken aback. It seems Henry, the former great French footballer, has not often seen Madrid come back from 2 goals down and then win by a 3-goal margin. This has only happened once, in the round of 16 of the Champions League against Liverpool at Anfield. That match also ended with a score of 5-2 in favor of Madrid. A shout out to our legend Karim Benzema, who scored a brace that day. Madrid conceded the first goal in the 30th minute. Jude made a good run here, but did not pass, resulting in a turnover. But Jude should not be blamed for that. Borussia did not immediately launch into a counterattack. Instead, they organized a positional attack and made, attention, 18 passes of varying difficulty before the decisive goal-scoring shot. Yes, the main mistake was made by Vasquez. He could have cleared the ball instead of losing it. But here, it is clearly visible how Mbappe was on the right flank, Rodrigo on the left, and this absolute confusion is what punished Madrid. It is important to look at what preceded the second goal. This will help understand the nature of the mistake made by Vasquez. It is Lucas who makes an inaccurate pass in the attack, and look where he is. He is out of bounds near Borussia's goal line. After that, Vasquez needs to return to defense across the entire field. He does just that, but at the edge of his penalty area, he freezes for a second and seems to completely miss the opponent behind him. And by the time he reacts, it's already too late. I admit that he simply may not have had the strength to make a forward run and quickly return to the goal. At the same time, the blame for this goal also lies with Mendy, and especially with him. He lost the duel and allowed the opponent to shoot, and then it was up to the center backs, who did not cover Vasquez even though they had only one opponent between the two of them. Vasquez played well, scored a goal, but he needs to pay more attention to his defensive work. His goal helped us, and it was a great shot. Carlo Ancelotti's reaction. We'll get to Vasquez's goal later, but for now, let's summarize the 2 goals conceded in the first half. Vasquez is directly involved in both, but he is not the only one who should be criticized. In the first goal, he could have cleared the ball, but all the Madrid players allowed Borussia to execute a perfect positional attack. In the second goal, no one helped Vasquez, neither the defensive midfielders nor the center backs, and Mendy even lost his duel. Even if Vasquez hadn't scored in the second half, he wouldn't have been the worst player of the match, because unfortunately, Ferland Mendy had a very weak game. He also lost track of a player on the first goal. Mind you, he did not keep an eye on Malin, who had a clear shot on goal against Courtois. 50 touches of the ball and 98% passing accuracy, all that the French defender can be proud of. So, that's 4 points on a scale of 10. This is the rating for Mendy's match. He was the worst player in this game. We cannot leave the coach without support. Such words were heard from the players in the Madrid locker room. Recently, Ancelotti's position does not seem solid, as Madrid's string of poor matches is accumulating, and the players understand this. They are worried. They discussed this during the halftime of the match against Borussia Dortmund because they trust the coach and want him to stay and do what each of them knows how to do. Vinicius Junior and Mbappe score. This is the message from Carlo Ancelotti before the second half. This is what the media is reporting. Let's get started. The analysis is enjoyable for us. These are the goals of Real Madrid. Ancelotti's team really pressured Borussia, applying pressing and counter-pressing. All of this led to a prolonged attack involving many players. Both Vinicius Junior and Vasquez were in the center, along with Militao. The finishers were Mbappe, thanks to his speed and dribbling, and Rudiger, due to his positioning, confidence, and even audacity. This made the score 1-2, bravo, Rudiger. It took less than 2 minutes for Madrid to equalize the score. Let's take a close look at who initiated this attack. Yes, that's Modric. He received the ball, saw a corridor, and immediately burst forward. Then he made a great pass to Mbappe. Mbappe was not offside. After that, the opponent did everything perfectly for Kylian. Vinicius scored decisively, and let's thank the Borussia coach for inexplicably switching to 5 defenders in the second half. His team huddled close to their goal, and Madrid began to apply significant pressure. I acknowledge the mistake. I am not looking for excuses, but the line of 5 defenders should help us act faster. I will not explain this. We wanted to neutralize Vinicius Junior and Rodrigo more quickly. They are very strong in one-on-one situations. Such excuses were sought by Nur Shakin after the match. We reached the 83rd minute of the match, and it's a little masterpiece from Vasquez, who fully redeemed himself for the first half and his involvement in the conceded goal. But let's first highlight Rodrygo's magnificent dedication. He retrieved the ball, prevented it from going out of bounds, and then passed it to Lucas. The ricochet helped the defender get into a striking position, and the goal was stunning, resulting in a 3-2 victory. This is how Madrid took the lead. After that, it was the showcase of Vinícius Júnior. Who are his co-authors? Bellingham, his tackle on his own half of the field. Bravo! If anyone tells you that Jude is out of shape or has declined compared to last season, just don't listen to them. Jude is working hard for the team, just like in this episode. And then Vinícius picked up the ball and ran. Now watch. He runs 70 meters to the penalty area of Borussia. He does it in 10 seconds. And then he irresistibly strikes into the corner of the opponent's team. So the score becomes 4-2, but even more interesting is how Vinícius Júnior celebrated this goal. He ran, took off his shirt, and shouted, "I am here." Busquets was nearby, and you probably immediately recalled the same thing. After all, Ronaldo also celebrated goals. Ronaldo was the king of Santiago Bernabéu, and now Vinícius Júnior is undoubtedly becoming the king of Santiago Bernabéu. And finally, the third goal from Vinícius Júnior, where we won't forget the significant role of Güler in the midfield. He evaded two defenders and launched an attack into open space. Vinícius Júnior was excellent in the finishing stage, and the dribbling shipped the defender and powerfully capped it off with a great shot. 5-2. A brilliant victory for Madrid. Vinícius Júnior is undoubtedly the best player of the match for the emotions he provided. He deserves a 10 out of 10. The highest score, and we won't be mistaken. But let's be honest, once our emotions settle a bit, the Brazilian scored a clean, easy first goal out of his 3, and then 2 more goals that were fantastic in execution. But considering the opponent's state, he was already crushed, he was overwhelmed, and it was a good stage for Vinícius Júnior to create and shine, and that's exactly what he did. I wouldn't give him a 10 here. If Vinícius Júnior had turned the game around himself when the score was 0-2, if he had dealt with the opponent like that, it would have been a 10 out of 10. As it is, it's a very strong, solid 9. Just 2 words in the comments from Karim Benzema, confirmation, Ballon d'Or, Vinícius Júnior. We have no doubts about this. On October 28th, Vinícius Júnior is set to receive the Ballon d'Or. And now, to give you the full picture, let's go back to the 82nd minute. The score is 2-2 at Santiago Bernabéu, and the intrigue is still in the air. And we see this amazing save by Thibaut Courtois. You made a total of 5 saves in the match, but this was the most crucial save in this game. If Madrid had conceded any more, there likely wouldn't have been a comeback. Yes, goalkeepers don't score goals, but they do make saves, and that can be equated to a goal. So, it's a crucial moment. 82nd minute. 2-2, Thibaut Courtois saves the day. Our wall saves us. And I think Thibaut Courtois also deserves a score of 9, so I would leave 2 MVPs in this match. An excellent, cool, bright moment from Vinícius Júnior and quality work from Thibaut Courtois. We give both of them 9 points out of 10. You can argue with me in the comments. I would love to read everything. The top 5 players in this match included Jude, Mbappe, and Rüdiger. They all played very well, making it into the top 5, but they received a score of 7.5 out of 10. I think this will be appropriate once again. Write your thoughts in the comments about what you think regarding this and the player ratings that I just gave. We have El Clásico ahead of us. It will be simply a fantastic evening. I think we will have a great time. It's a shame that Courtois and Rodrygo won't play because they are injured. Carlo Ancelotti has new problems with the lineup. I believe that Carlo Ancelotti will manage, and we will see a great Madrid in this match against Barcelona. Of course, we will discuss it right away, so to make sure you don't miss anything, subscribe to the YouTube channel right now. And besides that, we can prepare for El Clásico. You can see the promo code on your screens, and you'll find the link in the pinned comment. It's best to watch the Clásico with excitement. We will definitely do that. Let's do it. Here we support Real Madrid. If you liked this video, please give it a like. I would appreciate it. Quick reaction after the match. Real Madrid versus Borussia Dortmund is here on the channel. Check it out if you haven't seen it yet. Goodbye.